Preparation complete. Please set parking brake. Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Well, hello my friends, it's Saturday and welcome to another Fly With Me video. My name is Cody, Lufthansa 145, and as you can see presented in front of you, we are in Xplane in the XP11 I was thinking of things to do for New Year's flights, seeing as how we're 3 days away to the start of 2020, and I decided let's do the last ever Lufthansa 737-300 retirement flight. At VirtualLH, we currently don't keep these airplanes in our roster. We try to keep our airplanes up to date with the actual real deal. But I figured I was kind of perusing the internet today, and I was like, all right, well, let's do something legacy for a nice little trip here. And Lufthansa 153, which took place on October 31st, 2016, their very last 737-300 revenue flight. So let's just get into the flight deck here and get going, and I'll tell you a couple other things about today's flight as we're up in the air, and we'll have some good times here. So everything's set up. We need to head over to runway 33. So let's just take flap 1, flap 2. Is it 125 or is it just 15? 125. Cool. We'll come up here, kill him, turn him on, you to auto, good. On, off. Continuous, anti-collision. Strobes are still off, taxi light, and that's perfect. We'll do a really quick control check, so full up, full down, full left, full right, rudder full left, rudder full right. Perfect, and let's get ourselves over to the runway. First, TA 2000, standby is auto. We're on 22.8 right now, no one's around on VATSIM. That all looks good, cool. Oh, this is one of those ones where you don't have to apply power, she's already ready to go. So we're going to taxi straight ahead here on Zulu 1 for Bravo 4 intersection runway 33. So let's get to it. Shaking along. I was been off work for the last week just for the Christmas holidays, and I've been grinding really hard on flights. And the other day I was pulling into Frankfurt in the 777 cargo of Aerologic, and I parked on Foxtrot 212, and off of Foxtrot 212 gate there's the taxiway that comes down from the 25 right / 7 left runway, and one of these guys come flying behind me. And I was like, you don't see that, you know, very often, because of course, like, Lufthansa in real life doesn't have 737-300s anymore. So I thought that was pretty cool. And I just realized I set this guy. I like these old dials. 1023. I don't even know how fast I'm going right now. Where's my ground speed? Yeah, it doesn't really tell you. So let's just keep what looks like a good speed down here. Now, something I didn't do as well. So trim's supposed to be 3.4. So let's hold here at Point Lima. Checkpoint Lima. Put our brakes on full. Let's make sure we're at 3. Yeah, somewhere in that general area there. Cool. checking the chart, see who's around. Nobody on arrival, but we'll do a CTAP anyways, so. Hamburg ground, Lufthansa 153 is at Point Lima, runway 33, line up and take off, runway 33. Okay. I love the old teardrop engines. Okay, so entering runway, so let's get our retractables and outboards. You can come off now, and we need a strobe. Perfect. Now, I've got many hours in the 737-800, some hours in the 737 MAX 8, 0 hours in this, so sounds like a YOLO to me. Now this one's probably got a button here somewhere, right, for N1, or do we just have to advance and then say N1? Let's have a listen till she spools up. N1. Ooh, she's really sensitive on the rudder. Thrust set. $80 knots. B1 rotates. Wow, that was an excellent landing, Cody. Positive rate, gear up. Goodbye, Hamburg. Okay. Auto throttle arm, LNAV, VNAV, Command A. Landing gear to off. And where is off? Ooh, through the clouds we go. Flaps 2, just 1. And flaps up. Okay, L-Econ climb. Into the turn now. No viz. Okay, and off we go. Let's kill the retractables and turn offs. Once we jump through this cloud, we'll oops, I also forgot TARA. I don't know if there's a way to hide the yoke in this thing. Maybe it's a preference that I'm missing. Oh well. I love the wing on the 733. Okay, off we go. And our cruise is 320, so it's 320. Not used to this. This is the one where you have to grab and drag. I've very rarely flown airplanes at Xplane that do this. Turning, turning, turning. Now we have to set standard, which is 1013. 3. Three. And 3. Passing through 62 now. Perfect. Reduce climb. And legs. Headed for the Hamburg VOR. And that's that. So this is the final fly with me of the year, and thanks for joining me for this one. I decided to do a different thing for the final video of the year. So as you know, we usually have fly with me and full flights. So I figured let's just combine the two this time. So the fly with me 83 is also the last full flights of 2019, and might be the last full flights ever. Those videos don't garner as much attention as we'd like, and I mean they're an hour long and they're very, very long, so we're probably going to scrap the full flights for now unless some interest comes back into it, and then maybe we'll do it again. So I figured for the historic flight, for the last flight of 2019 for Fly With Me, why don't we do this flight. So I wrote some stuff down just to bear in mind here. So Lufthansa 153. So what happened here was on October 31st, 2016, the last 3 Boeing 737-300s for Lufthansa flew the revenue flights. There were 2 others. I think one of them went to Zurich and back. I don't know where the second one went, and this is the last one, which did a flight from Frankfurt to Hamburg, and then this flight, the very last one, was Hamburg back to Frankfurt. So as we pass through 10, let's shut these outboard lights off. Let's take you off of that, and let's turn. Perfect. Speed up. Cool. The last flight was performed, and the registration was Delta Alpha Bravo Echo Quebec. Or Echo Charlie, rather. Now, I am using Echo Kilo. It was the only livery I could find in like the short notice before I decided to do this video. But Echo Charlie was serial number 25149, line number 2081. Now, some interesting facts about the 737 and Lufthansa was the launch customer for the 737. So the 737-100 had a life with Lufthansa, and they had retired all those by 1982. Flash forward a few years, they had ended up, they had 155 737s altogether. That's in the 100 variants, the 200 variant, the 200 cargo, the 300, the 300 quick change or QC, the 400, and the 500. So it's 155 of them. Now today, Lufthansa doesn't operate any 737s. However, Lufthansa Group has a couple 737s through their Eurowings division, which is operated by TUI Fly. So, Lufthansa Flight 153 here had 131 passengers on it, and it landed at 18:53 local in Frankfurt. Now, unfortunately, I tried to time it, but I think UTC in the sim right now is like 12:43. So, of course, we're not landing by 18:53, but the recording looks better when it's in the daytime. So, have a look see at this wing here for a second. So, that's the flight history of what we're doing here, Lufthansa 153. There's a whole lot of switchery here that I don't know what I'm looking at. For the radar, zoom that out. Zoom this guy's side out all the way, but put him onto top of climb, Kirax. Now we have to plan our arrival at Frankfurt, so let's just have a quick look-see here. I've been scheduled on the Kira 2 Golf, and that is the 25s. So let's have a look at what that looks like. Kira 2 Golf, Kirax, MTR, Orviv, and then on to the arrival. Now, way back when, that 25 right runway didn't exist, so we're going to land on 25 left. So depart arrive, Frankfurt arrival, 25 left. What did we say that was? Kira 2 Golf. And a transition of MTR. Execute. Okay, perfect. So when we look at the legs, MTR, orbit, and we're actually gonna do that, execute. Perfect. Up, up, up we go. Sorry, I'm used to that button being my nose button. There we go. So let's talk about the year 2019 and what it's been for all of you and for us here at VirtualLH. So for me, 2019 on a personal level was an absolutely brilliant year. Got engaged, things are going great at work, so I've done a lot of travel back and forth to Montreal. Here at home, you know, all things are fine. Co-pilot puppies are doing their co-pilot puppy things. And everyone is healthy and happy, which is just really great. 2019 for VirtualLH was absolutely phenomenal, so I wrote down some more stats here. So we grew considerably in 2019. So the fleet topped out here at 855 airplanes. That was last updated about 2 months ago. There has been some changes since then, so there's a couple new 777s that need to be added still, which will park at Payne Field. So if people want to do the delivery flights and get awards for that, absolutely, they totally can. We grew our route table by adding many airlines this year. So we added Swiss, we added Brussels, we added Swiss, Brussels, Austrian, Edelweiss, Sun Express Germany. So they were the big adds this year for Lufthansa for a total of 1,648 routes. Now that number is going to increase dramatically this year. We're working out a deal right now with a website partner. We're going to purchase some legitimate schedules. So what we've done at LH, because everything was hand programmed and it took a really long time to do, was rather than having like the 80 different flights in the website that represented Frankfurt to Hamburg, Hamburg to Frankfurt, let's just say for instance, we only programmed one and set it for all day, every day, all days of the week. So what we're looking at right now is a system that would give us everything from Lufthansa 1 all the way to like Lufthansa 9,263 Bravo. And once we get that in place, our routes table is going to grow significantly. So we're starting with Lufthansa because it's the most in need of a route update. Then we'll look at Eurowings, and as money surprises, we'll do one airline at a time. So yeah, the routes is going to grow big time. Now with that, Johnny and I have been talking back and forth. We have decided that it's time for our bookings page to get an overhaul. So we're going to include a lot more information. Hopefully the goal, and don't hold me at my word for this because Johnny will kill me that I'm even saying this right now. The goal is to have something that's filterable. So you could filter by airline, you can filter by airplane type, you can filter by origin, you can filter by destination. Other information you're going to get now is that, say, Lufthansa 1 goes from Frankfurt to Hamburg. He usually departs around 5 a.m. And he's run Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So like that type of information we're going to try to incorporate. That doesn't mean you have to follow it. No, absolutely not. We're not going to hold people to that. But it just adds a little bit more to the realism when that type of information is there. How's my engines doing? We're not on fire? Good. Good. This airplane's remarkably quiet. Okay, so what other information can I tell you? So, total flights this year, as of I'm recording this, is actually Boxing Day that I'm recording this. We have hit 1,150 flights total overall for the airline. 640 flights this year so far as of December 26. We've topped out now. We're at 112 pilots, which is absolutely amazing. At the beginning of the year, we were less, so we've gained 92 pilots this year, so that tells you about our growth. What else? There is the top 5 landings, so I'm number 1 slot of the top 5 landing, closely followed by Johnny. Paulo comes in 3rd with Amir and Niels, and Amir and Niels both get top shout out this year. They were the first 2 pilots to join us kind of early on in 2019. and both have been a huge champion of VirtualLH, either through their streaming or just through their pure dedication. So I want to thank you too. You've been absolutely great. Of course, we've had a lot of other noticeable pilots who have joined who are just absolutely flying their hearts out. So I want to thank you all for your dedication. So as of right now, we have 93 co-pilots, 3 first officers, 12 captains, 2 senior captains, and 4 training captains. So as people fly, the rank increases. The hour requirement is very low for a virtual airline, but they're achievable. Myself personally this year, so as Lufthansa 145, I've done 480 flights, or 480 flights total, 328 of which was this year. So it's been a very busy year for me. I've accumulated with this flight now actually I'll just be crossing the 1900 hours mark. My landing average is mine has 196.45 feet per minute, which was very, very difficult because I had some very shocking landings in my first early days of Lufthansa, so trying to get those back. I became CEO of VirtualLH as of August 15th this year, so it's been 3-4 months. I've enjoyed it. It's interesting, dynamic now, because I'm the one that's got to kind of come up with like the visions and the plans, and then I go, hey Johnny, can we do this? And he goes, no. And then I go, okay. As far as YouTube is concerned, this is my 50th Fly With Me video. 8 if you count the full flights, if you put them together. And then I can't even tell you how many videos total once you factor in the tour flights and tour legs and things like that. Johnny will be coming back eventually. Of course, like always, life hits you really hard, so you got to, grind really hard to get your foot in the door. But he should be back recording soon. And with all that real in his bank, maybe he might be able to upgrade his computer to one of those ass-kicking computers. That'd be pretty cool. So we're just about to hit 3,000, which is 2002 level. Airplane's performing quite nicely. This is very different from the 738 cockpit, that's for sure. Lots of switchery. I'm not going to turn that weather radar on though, that kind of scares the crap out of me. What else? What's going on here? Floodlights, high frequency, audio selector, nav. Ooh, yeah, I might have to put in the ILS manually in this sucker, don't I? I better get that information written down, otherwise I'm going to be in trouble. So let's get a fresh slab of paper here, and then in a bit we'll talk about 2020. Okay, so something's gone wrong with my OBS and I can't show a little nav map on screen, which is kind of annoying, but what runway do we say we're going into? 25 left is, oh my god, there's some stuff on top of it. IFSW 111.15 with a course of 247 and it's a 3-degree glide. Okay, so that's good. So I'd imagine I'm going to pump that into the navs and then change my course when we get there. So for now, I'll let the airplane handle that. Let's keep this thing at 181 in case we have to drop the autopilot. So let's just make sure we associate ourselves with the buttons here. So LNAV, VNAV, approach button. Oh, the OR lock, cool. Command A, Command B. Flight directors are on. All's good. Do we have any warnings? No. Good. Yeah, no warnings. Excellent. Having a look up here. Put that on Gen 1. That bus. Make sure all that stuff's happy. How's our fuel situation doing? That's down here, isn't it? Oil pressure's a little low, eh? Oh, that's okay. Still green. Fuel situation, 3,130 at both tanks. Well, 40 in the other. Speed brake arm, speed brake not arm. Okay, cool. Cool, cool. And we're going. 320 leveled out. And that's that. So how long until top of descent? So if we go cruise. So 68 nautical miles till top of descent. So let's get some information in here. So init ref. No. Progress page. We have fuel quantity right now is 6.7. Quantity at Frankfurt is 6.3. So that's a difference of, oh nice, that's 6.2. So 765 is 5. So the 52.6. Which means flaps 40, speed 136. 5-degree wind correction. Okay, perfect. Auto brakes, we'll do auto brake 2. And let's have a look-see outside, and we'll be back in a quick second. I'm just going to run for a bathroom break, and we'll be back for the descent. So let's have a look outside. Hello! When you drink a lot of water and stuff throughout the day to keep yourself hydrated, it's kind of fun when you need to go to the bathroom also every 15 to 20 seconds, it feels like. So let's drink some more water, shall we? If any of you have been paying attention to VirtualLH.com for the last 2 weeks of Christmas, you'll be noticing I've been on like a flying marathon, and I'm trying to get to almost every airplane in the fleet that I can get my hands on. So we started with a lot of Airbus 333 flights because that's the newest airplane on the block. We did a day where I was doing 747 flights, 777 flights, and I've been hitting very hard recently the newest Airbus A321. From FS Labs, and that's been a very nice little airplane. So actually this morning I took it out of London Heathrow. I took it out of Heathrow this morning, and holy crap, what a freaking busy airport that was. That was about the most action I've seen at on VATSIM in a very, very long time. So clear that. Progress. So how are we doing here? How much longer until descent? 37 nautical miles. Now when we descend, we're going to hold 0.720 or 280 on the speed and head straight on down. Now, what is the final altitude here? I think it's 4,000. Yeah, 4,000 above, and the final fix at 26. So we should be on the localizer by 4,000. So let's select that. 1,000. No. Oh, I see how you work. I like the scroll knob. I really do. The grab's okay, but the scroll knob is kind of where it's at. But I really wish I knew how to hide this yoke. Probably a setting for that. Preferences. Aircraft has eyebrow windows. Cool. Steam gauge engine instruments. Neat. But no, ooh, that's better. Alright, cool. Well, we'll just YOLO it and look over top of it, and we can see top of the descent. It's right there after Rimmet and Odd Bit P. Okay, so what else can we talk about? So before we get into the descent, so let's have a talk about 2020 for VirtualLH as I roll away and roll back. Okay, so 2020. So I've already touched on it, but a new booking table is one of our big plans. One of the... Christ, Charles, you stay up at the desk, please. Thank you. So yeah, the new booking table. The idea there is we want something filterable, and we want to try and give you as much information as possible. So like I said, we are planning on purchasing some proper Lufthansa schedules, so that is the full route table is what we're planning on doing, and with the others we'll fill in information as much as we can and eventually purchase them. What you got to remember, of course, VirtualLH is free. We don't do advertising, we don't do any of that stuff, we don't even do crowdfunding, we don't want anyone's money. But when we do purchase things like this, they comes at a cost is about 11 euros for a fleet table. And that's only a one-time go. So like if I purchased them all right now, you'd be getting the winter 2020 schedules, and then it would just stay there until I eventually purchase them again. So with 11 airlines at about 11 euros a piece, it does get pretty pricey very fast. So we're going to hit our big ones for sure. So Lufthansa, Eurowings. Because the bigger guys like Swiss, Edelweiss, Brussels, and all those guys are very recent ads, their routes are fairly up to date. But again, it's all a part of what I said that we had before, where it's the tables are just like you get like one major flight for each major route, and then it's not fully complete. But we'll try and stock it up, make it as nice as possible. 2020 is definitely going to be chock full of way more tours. So at the end of 2019 here, we just finished up the It's Aerological tour. We have the Paulo's Let's Go to Brazil Part 1. So of course in 2020, look forward to Parts 2 and 3 of that tour. The one that I'm actually literally, as soon as I finish recording this video, I'm going to actually head onto Google Drive and start planning now, is the Amir's Anything Goes tour. And I've already thought of the theme song for that tour. Of course, the theme song that we can't use in the YouTube videos because of copyright. But if you look up Guns N' Roses, My Way, Your Way, Anything Goes Tonight, I think the song's called Anything Goes. I think that's going to be the theme song for that tour. And it's a pretty dirty song, so yeah. Of course, more YouTube videos. So like I said, we are kind of going to scrap the full flights for now until we can come up with something a little bit more interesting for full flights. But we will have more Fly With Me's. Johnny will eventually come back, and then you won't have to put up with me every single week. And I'm going to keep trying to come up with interesting things, more and more interesting things. We'll just to keep it fun. Of course, I absolutely hate, because we've had about like 20 videos now where it's like landing at Frankfurt, and here I am doing a landing at Frankfurt, but the twist this time is that, hey, we're landing at Frankfurt in a what do you call it, the old school 737. So do I push this in? Is that how that goes? No? Do you just know to descend at top of descent? Hopefully. We're going to find out in a nautical mile. Or do I have to manually put you into a descent? How do you work? Okay, cool. It knows to do it. And top of descent. Oh yeah, dive, baby. Nice. I love the old 7.3s, like, honestly. Like, how can you friggin' deny that wing? We don't need no winglets where we're going. And of course, like, the engines. Huh. I think that's a bug with the IXEG where it looks like it's smoke coming out of the cowling, but yeah. Wow, we're like 6 degrees nose down too. Okay, we'll keep an eye on this because this might be very slippery. Alright, so yeah, more YouTube videos for 2020. Hopefully more pilots, more flying active pilots. So we are gonna kind of go through, even though I was like, yeah, 112 pilots, we're actually gonna go through. There's a lot of those who signed up and then we never saw again. So we're gonna give them a little love email saying, hey, come on out. And if not, we might have to cut some of that dead weight. And of course, more fun. Something that we always enjoyed when we started doing tours really early on was that a lot of us were flying the tour flights together. So kind of like event style. We'll do our best to try and bring some of that back. So am I on? I can see his screen, so let's zoom him in. Perfect. So yeah, of course at VirtualLH we always take suggestions, and we love everyone in our Discord community. It's a very fun place to, you know, just kind of sit back, relax. If you're doing a flight like this right now and you're like, you know what, I'm kind of bored, let's see what the guys are saying, you know, it's a good place to go and enjoy. Of course, being New Year's, I probably should have been celebrating with a beer, but it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon my time, so it's not quite beer time yet. gonna go have dinner first, then we'll do my next flight. We'll maybe have a Christmas themed beer because I still have a couple of those. Now, I wonder, I'm pretty sure the 733, just like the 738, probably floats like a miserable bastard, so that's going to be something fun. So let's just make sure that I didn't miss anything in all these notes that I took here, just things to say to everybody. Yeah. The airline in total, since its inception, has 4,400 flying hours. That's pretty incredible. I think that's great considering the low amount of pilots that we have. So we want to thank you very much for that. For those who are subscribed to us on YouTube, I also want to thank you guys as well. There's a lot of you out there. I think we hit 44 subscribers, which is really, really cool. We do get, on average, maybe about 15 views per video, and that's great too. We really appreciate those of you who come and who watch, who may not be a part of Lufthansa VirtualLH, but enjoy the content anyway. So I thank you very much for being a part of this. And yeah, as we descend through 2300, or flight level 230 rather, we are in for our final fly with me landing of 2019. So holy crap, boys, we made it. And of course, it's going to be a good one into Frankfurt. So what do we got? No airplanes ahead of me. Wow, that was a weird dead day for considering it's still part of the Christmas holidays. It's a weird day for to have nobody online. Just having a quick look at the flight plan again. Of course, that wants to be crashy, so let's just be careful because that's the recording computer, and if you crash the recording, I'd be very upset. Switch you back onto nav map. It's still crashing. It's still crashing. Don't crash. I still see me moving on the screen, and the thing says it's still recording, so I'm gonna hope that it is. Okay, we're good. It's actually like 400 degrees in this room right now too. I'll take off this sweater that I got for Christmas from my mother-in-law, which was a very nice, comfy sweater, but it's too hot. Whoa. Descend, descend, descend. Oh shit, not that button. I like this little airplane. Nice little airplane. She chooches very well. So when we get closer here, we gotta manually dial up 111.15 and 247. Now I don't know if I can do that now. I'll maybe wait until I get past the Golf Echo Delta waypoint, which is 1, 2, 3 waypoints from now. We're about to hit Curax as well. That's what she looks like. Tunev, Curag, Jed. That's probably we're gonna hit 10,000 for the slowdown, MTR, and then localizer. For 18,000. So let's set our altimeter now. So according to, I'm afraid to touch this computer, I really am. Alright, let's have a look. See weather, EDDF, get METAR. That might be what's crashing me, is this weather program right now. Okay, we're gonna just consult our cell phone. Oh, there we go. EDDF. QNH 1023. We got broken clouds. 5 degrees. Winds are 170 at 7, so we probably should be coming in on the 7s, but that's okay. We'll make do. It's going to be a crosswind no matter what. So what did we say that was? That's going to be 1023. So Barrow 2, 3. Barrow 2, 3. And Barrow 2, 3. Passing through 16.2. 16.1. 16. There we go. Okay, so that is Curax. We're still on profile, which is very nice. So auto brake 2, as we said earlier, is going to be the slow down. See our broken clouds all around us. So 057027, what's the current frequency? So still 111.20. So let's do 111.15 on this somehow. And the direction is 247. Right? Right. Another general improvement coming for 2020. So when I record, you're actually hearing me through my webcam, actual built-in microphone. I did a little Boxing Day shopping last night as I was going to bed, and I had one of those spur of the moment, hey, let's use up all my credit card points. So I purchased actually a Logitech G4 something 7.1 surround cat's ass headphone. So I'll have one of those big honking things that you see a lot of people, but the sound on it looks really awesome from the sample streamers that I saw, so that's going to be really awesome. Even though I'm like 400 miles away from the airport, it looks like the localizers come in. And you know what? Why don't we take a direct? I don't like going to that NTR and then in. That's like the stupidest thing. Let's take a direct to Orbiv. Maybe. Hopefully. Oh, lead key. Is it lead key? What is that? Yeah, it's lead key. Hopefully this doesn't screw us up. Naval cruise altitude. Okay, that's fine. We probably just screwed our descent profile up big time. Why are we speeding up? Now it's just figured it out. It's like, hey, we're really high. How high are we? We better offer a little bit of speed brake here. I really wish I could get rid of this stupid thing. I can't really see where the hell I'm going with this. So she's descending. And we are catching up, so we'll just keep that speed brake out. How does that look on this airplane? Oh yeah. Nice. Slowing down through our through 10 check. And let's just see here. Still nobody online. It's really sad. And we're just above profile now for the localizer. Come on, airplane, drop. Catch up to that bad boy. Until she catches up. Okay, so thrust idle, speed brakes. Let's zoom in a little bit too far. 40, it's fine. Waiting for lead key. We could probably arm the VOR. So LNAV, VOR, VS minus 25. You know, we're catching up there nicely, so let's go 19. And let's take flap 1. We're a little fast for flap 1. Whoops. You hear the airplane. It's just like, I don't know who's flying me, but he's doing a real piss poor job. Now I gotta do a frickin' thing just to kind of make it happen. So let's go 219. Of course, he's flashing at me because he's like, you're screwing up big time. Trying to get below. Should be able to do it. just barely below the glide. We just need to intercept that localizer, and then we should be good to go for the 2.5 left. Lead key. What are we doing here? 900, so I might be able to put him back onto VNav in a second. I like the head shake in this thing. I think this comes with the IXEG, this head shake thing, because I haven't enabled, I don't think, what's that thing called? I'm just going to go look for it now. What is it? What is it? It's under Fly with Lure. XP Realistic. Yeah, I didn't even enable it for this airplane, so that's just built in. It's pretty nice. Okay, let's go back to VNav. Airplane's like, yeah, we're gonna speed right back up to 240. Like, no, you're not. Why can't I take speed? Okay, fine. You do it then. We gotta be getting really close to that VOR lock. I'm surprised he's not complaining about the fact that I'm overspeeding right now with the flaps down. I want to go down flap 5 now, but I have control of my speed, please. There we go. There's a slowdown there. And can I get a localizer? We've got to be right on it by now. Cool. Perfect opportunity for slowdown. And let's take flap 5. Flaps and these old girls are slow, eh? I feel like I've gone right through the localizer, but you move? Yeah, there it goes. You know what? We went through 10. I didn't even turn on my lights. Bad P-lot. Bad. We still got people standing. Not paying attention. There it is there. Where's the approach button? Command B. Holy crap. Are we on it? Are we on it? Okay, let's take outside view, gear down, flaps 10. Nice. Airport's in sight. Speed back to 170. Flap 15. Gear down, indicating green, all 3 sides. 1 channel autopilot, localizer. And that is about, what, 10 nautical mile? 20 nautical mile final. And I hear, man,
2500.
2500 call out, so ground proximity is alive. About 25. And let's slow her down to 155. Net ref, so we're 135, so 140 is our final speed. Gonna keep plus 10 for now. 20 on there. Okay, so we're under 10 nautical mile final, so Frankfurt traffic. Lufthansa 153 is on a 8 nautical mile final, runway 25 left. I can talk. Alright, let's go down to final speed, 145, flaps 30, and flaps full. Airplane's doing a great job right now, keeping us on profile. I'll figure out now how the hell to take the automatics out on this. I think it's there. Good. It's got two different engine settings right now for some god unknown reason. I don't like that. Sure. Do I have control? Because it doesn't feel like it.
1,000.
There we go. That's what that was trying to tell me. There we go. Okay, let's do a landing thingy. Oh God. Final landing of the year. Don't cock it up. Oh yeah, is there a way to engage the spoilers on this damn thing? Oh, that's not annoying. Thank you.
Minimum.
Continue.
Light
Low.
Light slow. Light slow. Light slow. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Oh! That sounds about right. Reversers. Well, it's a good thing we're retiring this airplane. Alright, manual braking. We didn't turn any of that on, so rip me. Holy crap. Okay, thankfully the ACARS picked that up at 276. I'm gonna go with that one because there was a dip in the runway there at the end, and I was like flaring fire. I'm like, yeah, this is perfect. And then all of a sudden that dip came, and I was like, oh no! And then the airplane was like, meow. Okay, so there's that. We'll shut the flight directors off, which apparently turns off lights. Cool. And what else? Put you, where are you? You back to TA. We'll roll for a second because we also have to cross 25 center. Frankfurt traffic, Lufthansa 153 is clear of 25 left, crossing 25 center at Mike 28. Okay, let's get ourselves across this. Yeah, nice. Okay, crossing active runway, so let's put our strobes back on. It's daytime, we don't really need the light for that. I'll get him started. Take Mike 28 and we'll cross Lima. And because this is a retiring airplane, maybe we'll park on one of these Victor stands out front here. Maybe Victor 163, so we'll go Lima, November 11, no, November 10, and then we'll make a quick cheeky right onto Victor 163. offload here, and then they'll tow it over to the Lufthansa Technik maintenance facility where she'll be prepped for a ferry flight. And I think they ended up going to Miami, is what I read, which is pretty cool. Strobes off. And let's get you on for some air conditioning. That's that. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed that flight. I certainly did. Even though I killed it, but that's fine. Traffic off. Pay attention to where I'm going. Oh, whoops. Oh, man. We're going to finish 2019 just like we started. Still an amateur. Still should use the INRI brand checklist. Happy 2020, everybody. So this next left here is November 10 and then Victor 163. So like always, I'm going to leave everyone there. So to you and yours, I hope everyone has a lovely start to 2020. We're going to take the first week off, so there's not going to be a video for the first week of January, but we'll be back on the second week of January with a whole lot of new fun, a whole lot of different content, hopefully enjoyable things. VirtualLH.com, please come sign up. We would love to have as many of you as possible. But it's not about that. It's about a great community, good fun with good friends. So that's what we have. So if you want to come and join in, plenty of room for you. From the flight deck of Lufthansa 153, the Heritage Flight, Fly With Me, number 83, now in the books. Happy 2020. Stay safe. Don't drink and drive. Do drink and sim. That is very fun because I tend to land better that way. Cheers. Stay safe, and we'll catch you in January 2020. My name's Cody. Cheers.